Okay, great. Thank you, Sandy. So like I said, if you didn't hear earlier, we're going to use 2 blocks today for class if you have those. Thanks everyone for being here. Happy New Year. I think Sandy just muted everybody. Yeah, Lisa. Okay. All right, and we're going to get started in table pose. Does anyone have any questions or anything before we get started? Let me know real quick. Okay. And then I'm going to move to my mat. So starting in table, we're just going to start with a few rounds of cat-cow. So you can go ahead and get moving in cat-cow. Starting to link your breath. Spread your fingers wide. As you inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, round your spine. Hug your navel in, cow or cat pose. Inhale to move into cow. Exhale to round cat. And continue moving at your own pace. Feel free to add in any other movements that your body is craving here. If you want to move into more of a circle here with your cat-cow, feel free. And then take one more round. After your next cat pose, pause back in neutral. Tuck your toes under, walk your hands forward, one handprint, and then lift yourself up to downward facing dog. Once you lift your hips up, go ahead and walk your feet out a little bit wider. So you're in a wide dog. Feel free to bend your knees. Press your hands forward and down. Let your head be heavy. Let it release. Start to lift the undersides of your arms away from the sticky mat and slightly forward. Hollow out your armpits, but press forward and down into your hands. Keep lifting your hips up. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you're doing something asymmetrical, begin to balance out your sides. If your knees are bent and you feel ready to straighten your legs, you can start to press the legs straight by pressing the tops of the thighs back. Inhale. Exhale. Just take a few more breaths here to arrive into your body, your shape, your breath. On your next exhalation, begin to walk your hands back for standing forward fold at the back of your mat. Feel free to either touch down or grab opposite elbows, whatever feels best in your body. We're just warming up. Continue to let your head release, folding forward. Lift up through your sitting bones, press your thighs back. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Now bend your knees a little bit here. Begin to cross your left hand over to your right outer shin. Take your right hand to your right hip and then begin to straighten through your right leg as you turn and twist open. Keep your left knee bending. Option to raise your right arm up towards the ceiling. Turn your abdomen and chest. Open, take your head back. Release both hands, exhale, fold forward, touch down. Bend your knees a little bit. Start to take your right hand to touch your left outer shin. Take your left hand to your left hip. And then as you turn open, keep your right knee bending. Begin to straighten to raise that left arm. It can stay at the hip. Draw your shoulders back, take your head back. Exhale, release it, fold forward, touch down. Inhale to halfway lift. You can slide your hands up your shins, press your thighs back, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold forward, touch down. Inhale to bend your knees and look forward. And then start to walk your hands forward slowly and with control to find downward facing dog again. Arise back into your down dog shape. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop your knees, take your big toes to touch, find child's pose. Send your hips back towards your heels. Release your forehead down, either to the floor or feel free to slide the brick underneath your head. Start to fill into your back ribs, breathing into the back body. And then on your next inhalation, look forward, walk your hands back in to come upright. And we'll take a comfortable seat to get centered. So please sit however feels most comfortable to you. I'm just going to sit in a cross leg today. Remove the flesh away from your sitting bones wherever you're moving to in your seat. And then rest your hands, palms up to the middle of your thighs. Draw your shoulders back and start to let your eyes recede as you soften and close your eyelids. Taking these first few moments to ground down into your seat, level across your sitting bones. Notice if you're favoring one side over the other. And begin to release any tension. Unhinge your jaw, soften through the features of your face. Lift your ribs on all sides. And start to lengthen from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. On your next inhalation, take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold the air at the top, and then open your mouth. Exhale, sigh it out. At the end of your exhale, seal your lips and take a slow breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Hold the air in.
Oh, wait, you guys, I'm scared he's going to reach for.
Exhale slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time like this. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and let go. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Continue to breathe here in this more regulated breath now. Beginning to shift your state into a state of yoga, using the breath to help ground into the present moment. Letting go of any lingering mind chatter as you tune in. Notice if you're tensing or hardening anywhere. Again, work to soften and release, but keep the breath full. And to welcome one another and cleanse the space that you're in, we'll begin by chanting the sound of Om just one time. You can keep your hands resting or join your hands together in front of your heart. Exhale out first. Take a slow breath in for Om. Om. As you inhale, relift through the chest. Keep that lift as you exhale. Release your head towards your heart. Take a moment. Release your hands if you raise them back to your thighs. With eyes closed, lift chin. And softly blink open your eyes. Okay, we're going to make our way onto our back. So remove any props if you were seated on a block or something. And then go ahead and lie down. Once you're lying down, bend your knees. And with your knees bent, walk your feet out as wide as your sticky mat. Open your arms to a T. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling. And then just start to windshield wiper through your legs here. So with the feet wide, you'll tip your knees over to the right. Inhale to come up through center. And then exhale, tip your knees over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to tip right. Inhale through center. Exhale to tip left. Keep moving at your own pace, just shifting from side to side. As you shift, the soles of your feet will lift. And you're working through, at the same time, an internal and external rotation of the legs. Breathing steady. And then the next time your knees are up and over to the right, pause. Now listen carefully. You're going to take the left heel of your foot and, scratch that. So your knees are over to the right. You're going to take your right heel of your right foot and place it to the very bottom of your left thigh, right above your knee. So you're making contact with your right heel and your left thigh bone. Gently press your right heel into the thigh as you press your thigh up into the heel. And you should start to feel some activation here, more lengthening through your left side. So keep resisting. Press the heel against, lift the heel, or lift the thigh up into the heel. And then release. Inhale, raise your knees back up through center. And as you exhale, tip your knees up and over to the left and pause. Now take your left heel, place it to the very bottom of your right thigh, right above the knee. So you're making contact. And then gently press slightly forward and down as you lift the thigh up into the heel. So you're activating here, stretching, breathing. Keep using resistance. And then go ahead and release. Place both feet to the floor. Inhale to come back up through center. Now, once you're in center, walk your feet back into hip width distance and parallel. Inhale, raise your arms overhead up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, take your arms over your head. Backs of your hands will touch the floor. Keep your arms like this. Lift your hips up away from the ground for bridge. It's not going to be your deepest bridge ever. Take a deep breath in, lengthen through the tops of your thighs. As you exhale, start to lower your arms and your hips at the same time, moving through some dynamic bridges. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your hips. Exhale, lower your arms, lower your hips. Continue moving. With every inhale, you lift. With every exhale, you lower. And try to coordinate the movement as best you can so that your hips and your arms are moving at the same time. It's not going to be exact. Your hips might lower before your arms reach the floor, and that's fine. And just continue moving with your breath, lengthening through the tops of your thighs. Take one more round. Next time your hips and arms are down, stay. Now cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh for figure 4. Flex your right foot, spread your toes. Feel free to stay with your left foot down or hug your left thigh in and interlace your hands behind the back of your left thigh. Press the thigh forward against the hands, widen the right knee forward, stretch through your right outer hip. Try to move into more of a cow shape. So you're tilting your pelvis. There should be a little bit of space between your low back and the floor. Breathe in, breathe out. Release, lower your left foot down, uncross if you raised it, and then switch your sides. Thread the needle or figure 4 on your left, cross your left ankle over. Stay with your right foot down or hug your right leg in. You can interlace your hands behind your right thigh. Keep widening your left knee forward. Good, and then notice what happens to your low back. If you pick the leg up, adjust as needed. Maybe you need to move into more of a cow tilt here. Breathe in, breathe out. Release if you raise the right leg, uncross, lower both feet to the floor. Now inhale, hug your right knee in, interlace your hands behind the back of your right thigh, press your thigh forward into your hand, and now begin to straighten your right leg any amount. If this is super challenging and you have a belt, you can always use the belt here, but keep pressing the thigh against the hand. Slide your left leg straight on the floor. Press out through your inner left heel. Really reach, flex both feet. Inhale here. Exhale here. Now bend your right knee. Remove your hands from behind the thigh. Take your left hand to your outer, and then start to move into a supine twist. Cross your right knee over through your left leg. So your right foot's on the outer edge of your left leg. And continue reaching your right arm to the right. Try to glue the back of your right shoulder down towards the floor. Turn your abdomen and chest open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to come back up through center. Bend both knees. Plant your feet to the floor. Second side, hug your left knee in, interlace your hands behind your left thigh, press slightly forward, and then begin to straighten through the left leg. Press the ball of your foot up towards the ceiling, slide your right leg straight on the ground. Lengthen from your Open your left arm, take your right hand to the outside of your left knee and cross over for a supine twist. You can roll onto your right outer hip and foot. Keep reaching your left arm to the left. Try to ground the back of your left shoulder down. Spin your ribs and your navel up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to come back through center. Release, plant both feet on the floor. And then hug both knees in towards your chest. You can rock from side to side. We're gonna make our way up to a table pose. So however you wanna get there is fine. You can roll to your side, you can rock forward. Take your time, meeting in table. Once you're in table, begin to set yourself up for downward facing dog. Lift your hips up when you're ready. Find Adho Mukha Svanasana. Once you're up, take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Now from down dog, inhale to shift forward, plank pose, top of a push-up and pause. Line up shoulders over wrists. Take your pubic bone up towards your navel. Take your tailbone down towards your heels. Course it through your abdomen. Inhale. Exhale. Now take another deep breath in. Same as you exhale, we're going to lower down to forearm plank. If you need to drop your knees first, feel free. Otherwise, coming down onto the forearms. If you can, keep your hands apart. Of course, if you need to interlock your hands, please do that. Continue to press back through your inner heels, corseting through the abdomen, tailbone down towards your heels. Inhale here. Continue to gaze forward and down. Exhale here. Another deep breath in. Another full breath out. And then everyone, drop your knees, lower your pelvis to the floor, find Sphinx pose. So you're up on the forearms, press the tops of your feet through the floor. Take your tailbone down, lift your navel, and then start to gaze straight forward. Press your forearms down firm through your glutes. As you exhale, release and lower, bending your elbows out wide, stacking your hands, and rest your forehead to the tops of your hands. Adjust. So again, you're going to take your tailbone down, but press your pubic bone through the floor. Now bend your right knee, point your right toes, lift your head and shoulders, and then reach back to the outer edge of your right foot, quad stretch. Once you have it, kick the foot against the hand, and you can lower your forehead back to the top of your hand. Continue working that adjustment so you're pressing your pubic bone through the floor, taking your tailbone down. Lift your head and shoulders, release your right leg. Now bend your left knee, reach back for the outer edge of your left foot, tailbone down, pubic bone down, re-lower your forehead to the top of your hand. Continue to press your right foot through the floor, kick your foot against your hand, stretch the front of your thigh. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to lift your head and shoulders, release your foot, bend both elbows, stack your hands, rest your forehead. Now with your forehead down, widen your feet. So again, the tops of your feet are touching the outer edges of your mat. Start to bend your elbows and take your hands back, like take your hands wide. So your hands are touching the outer edges of the mat. Come up onto your fingertips to set up fingertip cobra. Press the tops of your feet down, press your pubic bone down. As you inhale, begin to draw your shoulders back, lift your chest for fingertip cobra. Wide hands, wide legs. Exhale to release and lower. 2 more times. Inhale, draw your shoulders back, lift your chest. Pubic bone down. Really nice, everyone. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale to lift, moving with breath. Exhale to lower. Take your feet back into hip width. Plant your hands. Press yourself up to table. And then let's meet downward facing dog when you're ready. Lift up and back. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale to look forward, bend your knees. On your exhalation, travel to the top of your space, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Exhale to forward bend. Inhale, rise to stand, reach tall. Exhale, lower your arms to your sides, Tadasana. Now from here, interlace your hands, press your palms forward, Baddha Gulyasana arms. Plug your shoulder heads in, and then reach your arms overhead. So the palms are pressing up towards the ceiling. Step your left leg back behind you, come up onto the ball mount of your left foot. So your left heel is lifting away from the floor. Keep pressing your palms up, press the top of your left thigh back, lift up and try to start to draw your arm bones back. So you're moving into a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale, release your arms, step together, Tadasana. Again, interlace your hands, but try to take the opposite grip. So the opposite thumb is in front. Press your palms forward, grip your triceps in, reach your arms overhead. With your arms overhead, lifting up through the spine, step your right leg back, come up onto your right ball mount, lift your right heel. And as much as you can, lengthen. Keep lifting up, draw your arm bones back, lift your chest, press the top of your right thigh back. Exhale, release, lower your arms, step together, Tadasana. Now with your hands on your hips, bend your knees. Step your right leg behind your left into the outside of your left leg. Bend your knees a little bit. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. And now start to grab onto your right wrist, gently tug up. As you exhale, side bend to the left. As you side bend to the left, start to look down towards your navel and reach your right arm slightly forward. So you're moving into a forward bend here. Inhale to come up through center, release everything, lower your arms to your sides. There's a different take on the side bend. Bend your knees, step your left leg behind into the outside of your right leg. With the knees bent, inhale, reach your arms. Grab a hold of your left wrist, gently tug up. And then as you exhale, side bend to the left. Keep sitting back. And then start to move your left hand slightly forward. Look down towards your navel. Inhale. Exhale. And then as you inhale, rise back up, step together, lower your arms, Tadasana at the top of your space. Inhale, reach wide, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, touch down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, find length. On your exhalation, step back with your left leg to find a 90-90 lunge. Lower your left knee down to the floor, take your hands to the top of your right thigh. And then look, you might need to adjust. So make sure that your hip is in line with your knee, your right knee is in line with your ankle. Now again, interlace your hands, press your palms forward, plug your shoulder heads in. Inhale, raise your arms overhead. Again, take tailbone to pubic bone, lift up, and then start to side bend to the right. Keep pressing your right foot forward and down. Back toes are tucked. Inhale up through center. Exhale, release your hands, touch down. Pick your back knee up. Step to the top of your space, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, step your right leg back. Don't go too far because we're going to find the 90-90 lunge. Rise with both hands on the top of your left thigh. Adjust as needed. Take the opposite interlock of your hand. Once you're ready, press your palms forward. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Back toes are tucked under. Tailbone to pubic bone. Lift up. As you exhale, side bend to the left. Keep turning your abdomen and chest open versus down towards the floor. Inhale up through center. Exhale, release, touch down. Pick your back knee up. Step to the top of your space, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach tall. Exhale, lower your arms, Tadasana. Inhale, reach wide, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, touch down. Inhale, halfway lift. From here, exhale, take a big step back with your left leg, high lunge, crescent. Rise when you're ready, reach your arms overhead. Bend a little bit deeper into your right knee. Lift your left inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Press your right foot forward and down. On an exhale, touch your hands down, frame your front foot. Step back this time to plank pose and pause for an inhale. On the exhale, we're going to lower to the belly. Feel free to drop the knees first, bend the elbows back. Inhale, you decide, Sphinx or Cobra pose. Cobra, pubic bone stays down. As you exhale, we'll meet downward facing dog. Press your hips up and back. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, raise your left leg high. On an exhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands, high lunge. Keep your back knee lifted. Reach your arms overhead when you're ready. Zipper pubic bone and navel. Lift your ribs on all sides. Really nice. Exhale, touch down to frame your front foot. This time, step up to the top of your space, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up. Exhale, arms to your sides, Tadasana. One more time like that. Inhale, reach wide, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, touch down. Inhale, halfway lift. Now from here, exhale, step your right leg back, high lunge, reach your arms overhead. Press your left foot forward and down, lunge a little bit deeper into the left knee. Exhale, touch your hands down, step back to plank pose, pause for an inhalation. When you're ready, lower on an exhale, chaturanga, drop the knees if wanted, shoulders back, lift up, Sphinx or Cobra. Nice. Exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Find high lunge. Rise when you're ready. Find your stability. Keep lifting your ribs on all sides. Find lots of length, lunging. On an exhale, touch down, frame your front foot. Step up to the top of your space, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, rise to stand, reach wide, reach up. Exhale, lower your arms to your sides, Tadasana. Now inhale, bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana, chair pose. Reach your arms overhead. Line up your knees with the center lines of your feet. As you exhale, straighten your legs and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and decide either step back through a vinyasa or skip it completely. Go right to down dog. We'll meet in downward dog. Move with your breath. Good, nice Jane, nice Lisa. Down dog. Now here in down dog, inhale. Raise your right leg high. As you exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Lunge into your right knee, but now spin your back heel down to the floor. Your back foot is angled open, setting up for warrior one. As you inhale, keep lunging into your right knee. Reach your arms forward and overhead. Turn your abdomen and chest around towards your right thigh, but keep pressing the top of your left thigh back. Now, as you exhale, lower your arms down towards your sides. Reach your arms back behind you. Interlace your hands. Press your knuckles down, lift your chest. Exhale, fold to the inside of your right leg. Release the crown of your head. Keep lunging into your right knee. Lift your hips. Exhale, release the interlaps, touch down. Step back, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Lunge deeply into your left knee. Pivot your back heel down. Angle your back foot open slightly. Rise up for warrior one. Virabhadrasana A when you're ready. Lunge deeply into your left knee. Turn your abdomen and chest forward. Zipper up. Lift your ribs on all sides. Lower your arms to your sides. Reach your arms back behind you. Interlap your hands. Again, see if you can take the non-habitual clasp. Draw your knuckles down, lift your chest. Fold on an exhale to the inside of your left leg. Release the crown of your head. Keep lifting your right inner thigh up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release the hands, touch down. On an exhale, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, right leg rises. On an exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Drop your back knee for Anjaneyasana. Rise with your arms overhead. Lunge deeply into your right knee. Now, if this is bothering your back knee, try pointing your foot so the top of your foot is on the floor. Turn your palms to face forward. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows like a goal post. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale to re-straighten your arms and lift. Exhale to goal post the arms. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to goal post. Inhale to lift. This time on an exhale, touch down, step back, downward facing dog. Pause in your down dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Drop your back knee for Anjaneyasana. Reach your arms overhead. So a bit different than the 90-90 lunge. You're bending deeply into your left knee, and this back thigh is more at a diagonal. Turn your palms to face forward. Spread your fingers wide on an exhale. Bend your elbows, goal post through the arms. Good. Inhale to re-straighten and lift. Exhale to goal post. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to goal post. Inhale to straighten and lift. This time on the exhale, place your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Pause here for a moment in down dog. Regroup. Now we're going to repeat, but add a little bit differently. So inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Drop your back knee. Anjaneyasana. Reach your arms overhead. Bend deeply into your right leg. Now bend your elbows out wide, interlace your hands and grab the back of your head. So you're cradling your head in your hands. Press your right foot forward and down. Start to lift your spine on all sides and lean back slightly into your hands. So your hands are there to support your head. Release your hands, reach straighten through your arms. Exhale, touch down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step your left foot forward, Anjaneyasana, drop your back knee. Reach your arms overhead, set it up, start to lift up, interlace your hands, bend your elbows out wide, hold on to the back of your head. Then you gotta lift your chest, lunge deeply into your left knee as you move into a mini back bend. Cradle your head here, lengthen through your spine, curl into your upper back. Release your hands, reach straighten through your arms. Exhale, touch down, frame your foot, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale to look forward. Bend your knees. Exhale, travel to the top of your space, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach tall. Exhale, lower your arms, Tadasana. Hold on to your hips and take a wide stance, facing the long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet and maybe just measure to make sure that when you reach your arms out wide, your ankles are underneath your wrists. Good, and then take your hands back to your hips, bend your elbows straight back, lift your chest, inhale here. As you exhale, fold over your wide legs, Prasarta Tadasana. Touch down, either to the floor or your blocks if you have them. Release the crown of your head. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Slow down your breathing a little bit here. Good, nice Dana. Now as you inhale, begin to straighten your arms, lift halfway, lengthen your spine. Look slightly forward, continue to press your thighs back, lift your sitting bones. Keep this halfway lift, use your core. Inhale, take your hands to your hips, and then rise all the way up to stand. From standing, keep your legs wide, and now open your right foot to 90 degrees. Line up your right heel with your middle back arch. Reach your arms out wide. Find lots of length, reach your fingertips. As you exhale, bend into your right knee, warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. Try to bend this right knee to a right angle here. Soften through your right inner groin. Keep taking the top of this left side back in space, and then spin your right ribs towards your left ribs. Really nice poses. Now inhale, flip your right palm up. As you exhale, keep the lunge in the right knee, but reverse your warrior. Slide your left hand down the back of your left leg, reach your right arm up and over. Inhale, come back, warrior two, pause. Exhale, hands to hips, straighten through your right leg, turn your right foot in. Second side, open your left foot to 90 degrees, line up heel to arch. Reach your arms out wide, find lots of length, lift through your side body. On an exhale, bend into your left knee, warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. Take a moment to set it up. Make sure your left knee is tracking over the center lines of your foot. Good, avoid leaning forward to the left. So maybe take that right hand back a little bit. Good, nice adjustments. Inhale, flip your left palm up. As you exhale, keep the lunge, but start to reverse the warrior. Tip it up and over, stretch the front of your left waist, your left side body. Really nice, everyone. Inhale, come back, warrior two. Exhale, hands to hips, firm your left leg straight, turn your left foot in. Now you can either keep your hands on your hips or interlace your hands behind your back. Press your knuckles down, lift your chest. On an exhale, fold over your legs, bound prasarta. Unless this is too much, feel free to touch back down to the floor or bricks. Release your head. Inhale here. Exhale here. If you have the interlock, release your hands. Everyone, inhale, halfway lift. This time as you exhale to come out, you're going to pivot, walk your hands towards the original top of your space, frame your front foot, and step back either through a vinyasa if you wish, or move right to down dog. Take your time. We'll meet in down dog. If you need a break, feel free to take a child's pose. Nice. From down dog, inhale, raise your right leg high. On an exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Drop your back knee. Feel free to grab your bricks here now. Slide them underneath your hands. And we're going to move into half splits. So start to slide your right heel forward, straighten through your right leg. Press your right heel down, curl your right toes towards your face. And then instead of folding, you're going to try to get a tall spine. So that might mean you need to take your bricks up to the tallest height, press down to lift up. If full splits is in your practice and you feel pressed, you can feel free to slide a little bit further into this shape. Maybe moving into Hanuman. Keep curling the right toes towards your face. Breathing. Ooh. Okay, and then to come out of it, slide your right heel in, bend into your right knee. Let's step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale here, exhale here. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands, drop your back knee. Feel free to use the bricks or not, making your way into half splits or full splits if that's something that's available to you. I'm going to stay here. Keep sliding your left foot forward, curling your left toes towards your face. Notice where your hips are in space. Keep trying to take your right outer hip forward, left hip back. Tall spine, either hands down to the floor, hands on bricks. They have 3 heights. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice poses, everyone. Stay for another breath. And then to come out, you'll lean slightly forward, start to slide that left heel in and move the bricks if you had them, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale here, exhale here. Now inhale, raise your right leg high. This time as you exhale, take a big step out wide to the outside of your right hand. Angle your right foot open, keep your back knee lifted, and revolve your lunge. So turn and twist open to the right. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. So your right leg is at an angle. Keep lifting your left inner thigh, your left heel. Inhale. On an exhale, drop your back knee. Keep the twist. Take your head back, your shoulders back. And then I'll give you the option. You can stay here or now begin to kick your left heel up towards your buttocks. Reach back with your right hand for the outer edge of your left foot. Quad stretch. Once you have it, hug the heel in. Continue to turn open. Breathe steady. Don't force it. If you can't get the foot, just stay in the twisting lunge. For those that have the foot on an inhale, release it, reach up. Everyone exhale, look down, touch down, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, left leg rises. On an exhale, step wide into the outside of your left hand. Angle your left foot open, keep your right hand planted, but now revolve and twist open to the left. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, draw your shoulders back, take your head back, keep lifting your right inner thigh, lunging deeply into your left leg. Inhale here. On an exhale, stay in the twist, but just drop your back knee. Keep reaching up through your left arm. And then option to stay here or now. Bend your back knee, kick your right heel towards your butt, reach back to the foot. If you're gonna go for it, quad stretch. Once you have it, continue to hug that heel in, shoulders back, head back. Good, find the variation that works for you. If you have the foot, inhale to release it, reach up. Everyone exhale, look down, touch down, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Now exhale, drop your knees, finding table pose. Here in table, lower down onto your forearms. This time interlace your fingers. Keep your elbows about as wide as your shoulders. Press your pinkies through the floor. Tuck your toes under. On an exhale, lift your hips up for dolphin pose. If this is too much on the hamstrings, bend the knees. Keep lifting up through the sitting bones. Your head is dangling. It's not touching the floor. Forearms are down. Hug your navel in. Lift your hips up. Press your thighs back. Breathe steady. Inhale here. Exhale here. When you're ready, release it. Lower your knees, big toes to touch. Find a child's pose. Release your forehead to the floor. Take a few breaths to rest here. Breathe into your back body. Slow it down. And then inhale to make your way back up to table. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Now inhale, raise your right leg high. On an exhale, bend your right knee, take your right knee and shin right behind your right wrist as you lower it down for half pigeon, pigeon prep. Walk your back knee back, set it up, make sure your left foot's in line with your left hip, and then you can fold over your front leg. Either using the bricks or lower down into the forearms. Soften the shoulders. Release any tension through the features of the face. But really work to still drive your right shin through the floor. Cut your right outer hip back. Now tuck your back toes under if they're not already. On an inhalation, start to walk your hands back and make your way into more of an upright position. Again, you can use your bricks under your hands if that feels like a tall order. So you're lifting up through your torso, driving your right shin through the floor. Draw your shoulders back. Now you can stay like this. Maybe test your balance. Keep driving your right shin through the floor. Reach your arms overhead. So my hips are high away from the ground. They're not touching. Inhale here. Exhale here. Release. Lower your hands back down. Maybe stay like this. Move back into the fold. Reach back to the inner edge of your foot and then hug your heel in. Keep your right hand on the brick, or your right hand can be to the top of your right thigh. Sorry, can't talk. Maybe raise your right arm up. Good. Nice variations. Wherever you are, on an inhale, release the foot if you have it. Move the bricks. Place your hands. Let's meet up. Downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Leg rises. As you exhale, bend your left knee, angle the shin, and then go ahead and lower the shin down. So your left knee is outside of your left wrist. Take your time to set up half pigeon here. Line up your right foot with your right outer hip, lower down. Pause here for a few breaths. Feel free to use as necessary. Soften through the features of your face. Inhale. Exhale. Now, as you inhale, now you know where we're going. So if you're like, that's crazy town, you can just stay in this half pigeon, or otherwise start to walk your hands back, either bricks under the hands or hands to the floor. Lift yourself up. Tuck your back toes under, kind of like we did in half split. So you're trying to find a tall spine. Shoulders move back. My hips are lifting high away from the floor. Drive my left shin down. Maybe, big maybe, reach your arms overhead. Otherwise, just keep your hands down. Inhale. Exhale. If the arms are lifted, release. Stay here, or now if you want to go for the quad stretch, keep driving your left shin down, kick your right heel in, reach back with your right hand, grab the outer edge of your right foot. Keep hugging the right foot in, turn your abdomen and chest forward, either hand to the brick, hand to the thigh, or reach the arm up. I'm going to take my hand down, breathe in, breathe out. If you have the foot, inhale, release. Fold, remove the brick, touch down, step back, downward facing dog. Shake it out, inhale. This time, open your mouth, exhale, sigh out the air. Now inhale, shift forward to plank. On an exhale, we're gonna lower all the way down to your belly, lie flat. Point your toes back, straighten your arms by your sides, turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Wiggle your hips from side to side. Feel more centered on the tops of your thighs. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, lift your legs, lift your arms, locust pose, Shalabhasana. Press your pubic bone down, firm your glutes, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, release and lower, rest a cheek or stack your hands to rest your forehead. Now, straighten your arms out in front of you, palms facing one another, pinkies down on the floor. Rest your forehead down, and then we're going to move through some opposite limbs lifting. So as you inhale, lift your right arm and left leg, look slightly forward. As you exhale, release and lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg lifts, firm the glutes. Exhale, lower. Inhale, opposite limbs, right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Take 3 more rounds on your own, moving at your pace, just lifting the opposite limb. They don't have to go very high. We're just trying to stabilize a little bit through the low back, engaging through the core. When you're done, bend your elbows wide, stack your hands and rest your forehead. Good. On an inhale, walk your hands back, lift yourself up, table, and then swing your feet out in front of you to find Dandasana. So you're finding a seat. Stretch your legs out straight. Remove the flesh away from your sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall. Flex your feet, spread your toes. Feel free to sit up on a blanket or a prop. And then bend your right knee, hug your right heel in. Hold onto the front of your right shin. Lift your chest. Start to take your right hand behind you. Inhale, lift your left arm. And on an exhale, turn and twist to the right. You can either hook to the outside or you can wrap for the front of your right shin. Turn to the right. Draw your right shoulder back. Keep your gaze at the horizon line. Slow down the breathing. Inhale to release, return to center. Stretch your right leg straight. Bend your left knee, hug your left foot in. Take a moment to just first find this tall seat, and then take your left hand behind you. Inhale, raise your right arm. As you exhale, turn and twist, either hook or wrap the front of the shin. Broaden from shoulder to shoulder. Turn your abdomen and chest around. Keep pressing out through your right foot. Inhale to release, return to center. Stretch your legs out straight. And then bend your knees out wide. Take the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana. Hug your heels in, grab onto your ankles or shins. Keep pressing your heels in, lift your chest. You can stay upright, or if it feels appropriate in your body, you can start to forward fold by keeping a tall or a long spine rather. And Donna, you have a friend. It's cute. Dogs. Slow down the breath, soften your shoulders. And then inhale, rise back up as you folded. Take your hands to your outer knees, close your legs, and make your way onto your back. On your back, bend your knees, plant your feet. Walk your feet out a little bit wider, so they're wider than your hips. Knock your knees together. With your knees knocked together, I think we've been doing this actually in the past few classes. Take your hands to the tops of your thighs. So the heels of your hands will be right where your thigh creases meet that ridge of your pelvis. Start to press forward and down. So you're trying to press your thigh bones forward. Your low back might lift away from the floor. We're just starting to get some traction in here. Keep pressing forward, navel in. And then go ahead and release. Rest your arms to your sides. Let your eyes soften and close. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh out the air, let it go. And when you feel ready, you can make your way into Shavasana. You can stay like this. Feel free to straighten your legs. If you prefer to sit in meditation or another way to rest, that's fine too. I'll be here to guide you out. Go ahead and get comfortable. Settle in. Release the control of your breath. So just let your breath return back to natural rhythm. Relax and soften through your muscles, your body. Can you let loose, let go any further? Relax the features of your face, soften your skin. Taking these final few moments of class to rest consciously here. And the three qualities of yoga. One is called rajasic, which means active, fiery, heating. The other is called tamasic, which can be low energy, lethargic, sleepy. And then you have sattvic, which is the light. It's the balance between the two. So here in your Shavasana, notice if you're leaning more towards rajasic or tamasic, if the mind is going a mile a minute, or if you're moving more towards sleepy. Come back to that sattvic state. Keep your body still, but begin to deepen your breath, bringing your awareness back. In your own time, when you feel ready, you can bring small movement back to the limbs. If you're on your back, take your time, stretch out in any way. Eventually, let's meet on your preferred side, resting on your arm, pausing there briefly. And then using both hands, press yourself back up to a comfortable seat, head rising last. Take a moment to sit tall. You can keep your hands to your thighs or join your hands together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. As an offering of peace, we'll close by chanting the sound of Om just one time. Exhale out first. Take a slow breath in. Om. Thank you so much. Namaste. Hope you feel good. Please let me know if you have questions about anything. Have a great week. Thanks everyone for joining. Good to see you all.
Thank you. Nice class.